We are only 1 week away from the release of Mega Evolution, and you might say, hey Fanny, why does that matter? Booster boxes are way too expensive right now. I'm not opening that set at $300 a booster box. That is a good point. That is a very good point. Well, it matters because you have the opportunity to win a booster box for free. We're going to give away 12 of them, 12 enhanced booster boxes of Mega Evolution, simply because the market is crazy and you guys deserve a chance to get a free booster box. So we're going to give away 12 of them. We're going to have 12 winners, each receiving one booster box of Mega Evolution. And if you want to be one of those 12 winners, all you gotta do is just scroll down and hit that subscribe button. It's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. So scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and then there is a video that you have to leave a like and a comment on. So I'm gonna put the thumbnail image right up here, and then I'm gonna link it in the description below. You gotta leave a like and a comment on that video so that way the random comment picker can do its thing 12 times, because we're giving away 12 booster boxes. And then come back next week Friday, release day, to see if you are one of the winners. Good luck. All right, so the Pokemon market is madness right now. Like, we've talked about this a lot recently, especially with buyouts, manipulation. Like, we've talked about that over the last week or so, about what to look for, about what's kind of sus going on in the Pokemon market right now. But it's not really just buyouts and manipulation. It's just supply in general. There is not enough supply. Even if you're somebody who just wants to rip packs, like, it's tough to be a Pokemon card fan, a Pokemon card collector right now. Like, there is a reason you go to the store and there are lines of people. It's because everything is selling for above MSRP. And I know it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating because you don't want to pay above MSRP. We're MSRP people. I get it. And this isn't a debate about MSRP. This is just the fact that you don't want to pay more than MSRP for a product that is technically in print, or should be in print, that is being bought up and then resold on the secondary market. These are just booster packs for, recent sets. So sets that would technically be still in market. We break these down from collection boxes so that way we can use them for pack breaks. Now, we do pack breaks just about every single Wednesday on this YouTube channel right here. We put packs on sale on thecardcoliseum.com, and it's really just a fun thing. It's not like a normal rip and ship at all. Like, we do not have packs really above MSRP. I think our most expensive one that we've been putting up recently is Evolving Skies, and we put that up for $9.99. Yeah, we limit the amount of packs that we sell so that way we can get through as much of a variety as possible. But even like Fusion Strike, we're selling for $3.99. Lost Origin, we're selling for $3.99, because those are being broken down from older collection boxes that we probably bought at wholesale costs. And then the best thing about it, this is my favorite thing. This is like my favorite thing that I've ever done before, is I introduced something called fail packs. Fail packs a couple years ago. Since we do pay so much attention to pull rates, we want to make sure that if you spend your money on a pack break, on a rip and ship, that you get what you should get. You get, your expected pull rate. Sometimes you pull a lot better, right? Like, sometimes you get like 7 hits out of 10 packs, which is amazing. But sometimes we might open up 10 packs of Evolving Skies. This happens all the time, unfortunately, because they call it Evolving Lies for a reason, or Evolving Cries. We open up 10 packs of Evolving Skies and somebody gets 1 hit, or maybe 2 hits, like an ultra rare, 2 ultra rares, or 1 ultra rare. Well, that's not fun. Like, you want to get 3. 3 is above average, so that's what we go for. So if you don't get the amount of hits that you should get, we open up additional packs for free, so that way we can give you the amount of hits that you should get, that you paid your hard-earned money for. And it's not a rip and ship to make money. It's just a rip and ship to get together as the community, as the fan clan, and have fun and talk Pokemon and just take a break from the market, rip packs, and have fun. That is impossible right now. It is impossible for the average person to go out and buy booster packs and be able to just enjoy them, be able to rip them, be able to hang out with their friends, their families, sit down at a table and just kind of crack some packs and look at the artwork and look at the attacks. Maybe you build a deck. Maybe you do your own build and battle tournaments at home, or whatever the case may be. You can have a lot of fun just playing the Pokemon card game, like just enjoying the artwork and enjoying the artistry and the stories and everything that goes along with booster packs. But when the opportunity comes up to make money, and this is where everything just goes south. Pokemon cannot print enough right now to keep up with demand. There is not enough supply out there. And because of that opportunity, it's very difficult for Pokemon to stock enough product at vending machines, at retail stores, because you have these droves of people, these lines of people. I saw a picture earlier on X today of a couple, a LCS or LGS or whatever you want to call it, buying out a Target so that way they could stock their store. Now, first of all, yeah, I do think that's wrong. Like, I think that you shouldn't do that. Like, I know distro is tough right now and you can't really get anything. That we're all battling that. It's a struggle for everybody. What's in the store, that's for everybody else. Let them have it. Like, you get to order from distro. You shouldn't. Yeah, I don't think you should do that. But it's really frustrating as a Pokemon card fan, because what options do you have then to collect Pokemon cards, to open packs? And this this is like, you shouldn't open packs all the time. Like, you should buy your singles, and this is perfect proof. This video is perfect proof as to why you should just buy singles, because right now booster packs, there is nothing even close to MSRP. MSRP is $4.49 for a booster pack. I understand there's nothing in print right now. Nothing. There's nothing in print right now. Like, the first print run is done for everything. It's all sold out. Everything's gone. Pokemon cannot print enough to keep up with demand. It's really frustrating and it's really annoying. But everything is selling for dollars above MSRP, not just cents above MSRP. And that creates opportunity for all these vendors who run POVs or LCS who cannot get product at distro, or whatnot streamers. I was watching a whatnot stream earlier today just to kind of prepare for this video, of people who are already selling Mega Evolution booster packs. Mega Evolution doesn't come out for a week, already having access to it, and maybe they don't have distro access. Maybe they're just getting it from their local game store, or maybe they get it from a connection of some sort. And I was watching a stream earlier of somebody who was selling 6 packs of Mega Evolution, 6 booster packs of Mega Evolution, and it was $1 start. So it was an auction, $1 start. And anything, he said, this was his quote, anytime it sells below $70, that's a steal. That is a steal. You're basically ripping him off. So $70 for 6 booster packs is a steal? Like, come on. Like, that's not a steal. That's a ripoff. It is really a ripoff. That's just the market right now. And this isn't a rant or anything like that. I'm not trying to go, this is what the market is. It is what it is right now. But it's very difficult as a collector or somebody who just wants to open packs. It's tough right now, and it's really, really frustrating. So you kind of watch it, you rant a little bit about it, and you just move on and try to make the best of it. So we're going to look in this video at booster packs right now from the Scarlet and Violet era. We're only focusing on Scarlet and Violet because most of that stuff is in print. It's definitely still in format. It's all still in standard format. But I want to show you guys how crazy this market is. So several years ago, when I started my Pokemon card business, I just told myself, if I can make 20% margins on booster boxes or 20% margins on any Pokemon product at all, I would be happy. That would be great. At the time, you couldn't even sell booster boxes for $90. It was insane. But 20% margins seemed really, really strong. That opportunity right now is there and available for anybody who buys product at MSRP. And that's what's crazy right now. That's why there's so much opportunity, and that's why there's so many people taking advantage of it. There are card shows that pop up every single weekend, probably in your area, maybe ones that you don't even know about, where you see card shows at local schools. Like, there's a card show this upcoming weekend that I had no idea about at a local middle school that's advertising 75 different tables, and it's like, holy buckets, there are just card shows everywhere. Everybody is a vendor right now, and all that opportunity to make 20% margins, it's everywhere. 30% margins if you're selling a booster pack for $6.50 and you're buying it at $4.50. Like, that's 30% margins all over the place. This is Mega Evolution. This is the set that hasn't even come out yet. Doesn't even come out for a week. And right now, packs are selling for $16.71. Yeah, they're not moving, but this is what is showing the market price is. Here's the kicker, and this is what's really important. There is no established market price right now for Mega Evolution. There cannot be. And the reason behind that is because the site that we utilize, that a lot of people utilize to advertise market price, is TCG Player. You cannot even list stuff on TCG Player unless you are an authorized pre-release store. So an actual pre-release store, a store that's been approved by TCG Player to get product early, to run pre-releases, and to offer pre-sales. You have to have that. So those are the stores that are offering this product at these insane prices, at these scalper-esque prices, selling products, selling Mega Evolutions booster packs for $19.50. Now, it's come down to $16.71, but when you're watching a Whatnot stream, this is what they're using as the barometer for market price. And you go on eBay and you see all these early sales. This is obviously going to drop. Now, I don't think it's going to drop down to $4.50, but as more supply comes onto the secondary market and more people have the opportunity to sell on the secondary market, because right now anybody can sell on TCG Player, but a very small percentage can sell Mega Evolution until next Friday. Once next Friday hits and the set actually comes out, then you're going to see booster packs drop a lot, because it's going to be a race to the bottom. People wanting to move that extra inventory and try and get as much profit as they possibly can. And if they sit here and keep their prices at $16.71, well, obviously people are going to buy out the ones that are $9 or $8 or whatever the case may be. But never should we be in a situation, in my opinion, and you can feel free to disagree with me. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to tell anybody your opinion is wrong, but Mega Evolution should not be selling for $10, $12, $14, $16 a week before release. That's absolutely crazy to me. Other booster box packs from the Scarlet and Violet era are also doing crazy things. So $6.69 for Scarlet and Violet base. There are cool cards in Scarlet and Violet base. Don't get me wrong. I do like Scarlet and Violet base. I think there's a lot of really cool illustration rares in this set, and some of the special illustration rares in the set absolutely slap. That whole Gardevoir line is absolutely phenomenal. The storytelling, all the artwork, it's beautiful. But is it $6.69 worth of beauty? I don't know about that. But the problem is the market says that it is right now. The demand for Pokemon cards says that it is right now. And because you cannot go to the store and buy any booster packs, and Scarlet and Violet is still in format right now, can be played competitively at standard events like the Pittsburgh Regional that is going on this weekend, Scarlet and Violet booster packs have just continued to climb and climb and climb. And there's really nothing in the set that's super expensive unless you get it graded in PSA 10, which is also very difficult to do. But if you look at where we were just a year ago, so just one short year ago, booster packs for Scarlet and Violet base were selling for $2.73. Now here they are sitting at $6.69. It's 135% growth. Now you do see, and this is going to be a very consistent thing that you see in every single booster pack, in December, November of 2024, that's when all of a sudden the quantity of sales really shot through the roof. And the reason behind that was the emergence of Pokemon Pocket, a lot of people coming into the space, the release of Surging Sparks, right around that time frame. But because of Pokemon Pocket and because of all the additional eyeballs that became interested in Pokemon, and you had this giant increase in this influx of people doing whatnot streams, card shows, events, being vendors, things like that, and the demand for Pokemon just really took off. And now you're looking at Scarlet and Violet base booster packs, a set that is still in format to play, sitting at $6.69. Paldea Evolved even higher than that. Now it has taken a little bit of a step backwards, but still doing extremely well. And you might see Paldea Evolved still in, I don't know, sets, that collection boxes that come out in the near future. It's going to be rare. It's going to be a lot more focused on Destined Rivals and Journey Together and the most recent sets that came out, like Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, those sets. Paldea Evolved, Scarlet and Violet base, probably going to be a little bit more difficult to find, but it is still very possible because they are still in format. In September of 2024, this was sitting at $3.54, so selling for about $1 under MSRP. It jumped all the way up to $9.31 recently. It's cooled off to $8.66, but that's still a 132% growth over the past year, and selling for double MSRP almost. So double MSRP. If you can find Paldea Evolved packs in the store, this is why you have so many people lining up, and this is why you have LCSs who are lining up, taking advantage of the situation that we're in, because they can't get anything from distro, so they're like, well, I'm just going to go to Walmart and sit in line and buy out whatever I can so that way I can sell it for what it's worth. It's madness right now. It really, really is. Here's Obsidian Flames right here. So yeah, the special illustration where Charizard has shot up like crazy. The Cleffa, the Ninetales, both beautiful. They're still relatively inexpensive, and pull rates on these first three sets were absolutely fantastic. September of 2024, this was $3.04. Look what it's done over the past year. You're seeing 110% growth, and Obsidian Flames is selling between 100 and 200 copies on a weekly basis, 100 to 200 packs on a weekly basis, even at these higher price points. So it's jumped up 110%. It's sitting at $7.33 right now, which is just off of its one-year high of $7.38. 151, forget about it. They've done a really good job of reproducing and reprinting and restocking 151 with Blooming Waters and booster bundles and all these things. And if you go out and you look at the Reddit investing page, and you look on Facebook, and you look on Instagram, you see all these people hoarding booster bundles of 151, saving it for 5, 6, 7 years down the road because they know it's going to hit $20, $30, $40 per booster pack because people love to rip it so much. But look what it's done, even with all the additional product they put out there. I guarantee you Pokemon printed a lot of 151, restocked a lot of 151. The problem is there's just so much demand behind it that people are willing to pay these insane prices and continue to buy them because they know what the future looks like for 151. So even at $14.95, which is where it's sitting right now, they don't bat an eye, because that's where Hidden Fates was, 2 years ago? Hidden Fates was sitting at $15 a booster pack, and what's it at now? $35. So they have the foresight of saying, okay, well, 2 years down the road, this is probably going to be a $30 booster pack, so I'm just going to buy it at $15 and sit on it for a while, and then in 2-3 years, I'll move off of it then. It's crazy to see how much this has grown over the past year just because of the demand behind it, and that's why you see these insane amounts selling on a weekly basis, like one period of time in June where it sold 1,600 packs. Recently, I had a period of time where it sold 1,400 packs in a week. Last year in September, it was sitting at $6.98. So strong growth, leveled off, strong growth. Now it's sitting at $14.95 and continuing to climb. Even Paradox Rift, a set like Paradox Rift, which isn't necessarily the most popular set, has been steadily growing and continuing to steadily grow really since March. So took off in September, October, November, December, like what we saw from a lot of the other ones. It was at $2.99, leveled off a little bit, hit about $5.75, but it's still grown a little bit over the last several months and hasn't really retraced at all, sitting at $6.03. You're looking at 101% growth. Even a set like this, you're looking at 25% margins, 20% margin, if you're able to find it in stores, in Target, in Walmart, just sitting on the shelves. Like, people take it home then and sell it on the secondary market for 20 to 25% margin, which is really what a Pokemon card store wants to do anyways. Paldea and Fates has done crazy things. September of 2024, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into Paldea and Fates on Sunday's video. This was a $4.59 booster pack. Nobody really wanted Paldea and Fates when it originally came out. There wasn't much demand behind it at all. The special illustration rares were cool. People liked the Charizard. People liked the Bubble Mew, but it wasn't at a point where it is now. Like, the Bubble Mew was selling for $70, $80, $90. Very rarely during the first like 4 or 5 months of release did it ever go above $100. Retraced a little bit, and now you see what it's doing. And in PSA 10, it's even doing crazier things. This was $4.59. It recently hit $16.15. So Paldea and Fates, a set that came out later than 151, but because of the FOMO and the hype, is currently selling for more expensive prices than Pokemon 151, than Scarlet and Violet 151, sitting at $15.64. That's 233.5% growth over the past year. Temporal Forces has cooled off a little bit, probably because it's gotten restocked a lot in that Masks of Ogerpon box. Like Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade, both backed off a little bit. Twilight Masquerade ETBs got restocked, and Temporal Forces, lots of booster packs in those collection boxes. September of 2024 is sitting at $2.87, so nowhere near that right now. Still looking at about 20% above MSRP. Recently it hit $6.86. Like I said, it's retraced a little bit down to $5.83, but you're still looking at 96% growth. Here is that Twilight Masquerade that we were just talking about. Booster packs haven't really retraced. They haven't taken that big of a hit, despite the fact that we saw restocks of Twilight Masquerade ETBs and those Masks of Ogerpon boxes, which have a fair amount of Twilight Masquerade in it. That's why a lot of people say, even if they do reprint mass quantities, it might slow the price down a little bit, but if demand continues, it's just going to keep climbing, and that's what makes things very difficult right now. That's why it's so difficult not to FOMO, because you're like, well, if I don't buy now, what happens then in 6 months? What happens in a year? We keep talking about this crash or this bubble that we're in, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down, and a lot of people are frustrated, and that's why it's so important that if you're going to agree not to FOMO, then you have to be okay missing out on it. So then maybe you don't open up Twilight Masquerade. Maybe you just keep waiting for more opportunities to come to get product down the road. It's frustrating, but if you're going to be the MSRP guy and you're going to stick to MSRP, then you got to stick to it, and you got to be okay missing out on things. In September of 2024, this was $3.50. Went up and down a little bit, but then just kept climbing. Leveled off from March until June, then started taking off a little bit more. Recently hit $7.06. Now it's down to $6.90, but you're still looking at about 97% growth over the past year. Shrouded Fable has gone pretty nuts as well. So not huge sales on this one, except recently jumped up about 500 booster packs that sold on a weekly basis. Back in September, it was $3.02, which is like wholesale cost for a Shrouded Fable booster pack. Jumped up, retraced a little bit, and then jumped up again. Recently, it hit as high as $7.44. Now it's cooled off a little bit, sitting at $7.14, but you're still looking at about 118% growth over the past year. Even Stellar Crown, which has steadied off a little bit over the past 4 or 5 months, went from $2.94, sitting at a one-year high right now, all-time high for a booster pack, $6.77. So you're looking at about 35% margin on this one if you can find it at MSRP. And Stellar Crown is probably one of those sets that gets left on the shelf. If anybody's buying out everything else, they're probably leaving Stellar Crown. Surging Sparks, we've seen booster box restocks of this. We've seen a lot of booster bundle restocks of this. But through all those additional booster packs that have hit the secondary market, it's pretty much stayed relatively flat for the last 8-9 months right now. When it originally came out, it was selling for $3.67 for a booster pack. That's about a dollar below MSRP. Then jumped up like crazy in January. It hit about $7.30. Recently hit $7.40. Now it's sitting at $6.61. So still about 30% above MSRP on that one. You're looking at about 64% growth over the past year. Prismatic Evolution is the one set that hasn't done as well. Right now, it's not doing as. I think a lot of people just don't like Prismatic as much as they thought they were going to. Like, the SIR chase is not fun. Even if you do pull an SIR, it's probably going to be an Ogerpon, or it's probably going to be a full art SIR trainer, and you're not going to be happy because you want an evolution. So a lot of people are just kind of frustrated with it. There's no illustration rares to kind of hold you over, and because of that, the price point has really fallen. I don't think it's always going to stay this way. So this is one that you really do want to pay attention to, because 5, 6, 7 years from now, people are going to want to chase the evolution SIRs. They're just going to want to. I don't know why. It's just, that is usually how it goes. March of 2025, it was sitting at $13.62. It's lost about 36%. If there's one thing that's cooling off in the market right now, it's Prismatic Evolution. evolutions. I'm here for it. I think it's great, but it's still too expensive. Let's face it, $8.24. Probably still too expensive, but it's going to seem like a deal down the road, I think. Journey Together has been pretty much all over the place. Started out in March, not too long after release, at about $6.93. In July, it actually fell to about $5.46. It's the closest we've seen a booster pack at MSRP for a long time, but it did shoot just right back up. Now it's sitting at $5.95. Still down about 12% since release, but starting to climb a little bit. You see Lily's Clefairy starting to climb a little bit more attention, more eyeballs because of the Wall Street Journal article, and all of a sudden you can start seeing more quantity of sales on Journey Together throughout June and then beginning of July. There was only about 200 packs that sold on a weekly basis. Now you're looking at about 400 to 600 packs selling on a weekly basis. You should still be able to find a lot of Journey Together in future collection box releases, but we'll see what happens with the price point on that. Destined Rivals is going to need a huge restock in order to kind of reset the price on this one. When it came out, it was selling for about $6.31, jumped up to about $8.28 recently, so that's the most expensive it's been. That was back in July 12th. It went down a little bit to about $7.50, but it's right back where it was, sitting at $8.28 right now. Booster box is obviously selling for $400, but using this as a barometer, Destined Rivals obviously a very, very cool set, one that people love, probably more than Mega Evolution, I would say, selling for about half the cost of what Mega Evolution booster packs are selling for right now. So even if you do watch Whatnot or other rip and ship streams or things like that, try not to do $16 a booster pack. It's just setting a precedent that it's worth that much. I know people want to be the first one to grade. You want to have the first product, and some people can afford it, and that's great. But it sets this precedent of I don't know. That's 4 times MSRP. That's just crazy to me. White Flare has rebounded a little bit, fell to about $7.57. Now it's back up to $8.37. So really relatively flat over the last month. Same thing with Black Bolt. $8.82 is where it's at right now. It did retrace to $7.82, but then went right back up. Black Bolt and White Flare got restocked a little bit, but not enough. We saw multiple runs of the Victini box. It's just not enough to handle the demand that's out there right now. So a lot of difficult things, and this is why you're running into so much issues. Obviously, the best thing you can do is be patient, but we've been saying that for months now. So really, it's just about finding you're happy. This is frustrating. It really is, but we've been through this for a while now. You kind of just laugh at it at this point and try your best to continue to move forward. Find you're happy, enjoy yourself as much as you possibly can, and just rip packs when you can find them for MSRP. That's the goal. It's just very difficult right now. So maybe you focus on singles. Maybe you focus somewhere else. That's what that's our mantra right now. Where everybody else is going, you go somewhere else. Don't buy into the FOMO. Be okay missing out. A lot of cool stuff coming out. Obviously, we've got Mega Evolution coming out next week. Allocations are higher for that. You got multiple waves of it. So hopefully that means good things. And then obviously Phantasmal Flames is going to be nuts. And then 30th anniversary next year. So we just got to keep biding our time and working our way through it. So I promise we'll get through it together. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a long way for the algorithm. Hype the video, do whatever you can do. It really just does go a really long way for the algorithm. So thanks for staying to the end. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you again on Sunday. Till next time. Peace.